Canelo Alvarez versus Jermell Charlo. My pre-fight breakdown. Canelo Alvarez versus Jermell Charlo. Jermell Charlo will have to play the counterpuncher in a fight like this, even though he's the bigger man. Let me tell you why he'll have to play the counterpuncher. And that's not good it's not a good fight for Jermell to play the counterpuncher. In a fight like this, or the way to beat Canelo Alvarez is to not play the counterpuncher. Unless you have enough power to hurt Canelo. But we've never really seen Canelo hurt like that. Except for a long time ago. So playing a counterpuncher against Canelo is not going to beat Canelo. You understand what I'm saying? But the reason why I'm saying Jermell Charlo is going to have to play the counterpuncher, because he told us that's what he's going to do. Unless he's lying. But I feel like he's going to have to play the counterpuncher whether he's lying or not. Because of his previous fights with guys like Brian Castano, which is a perfect example, right? In both Brian Castano fight, Jermell Charlo was on the back foot a lot. He would come forward when he throws his combination, but majority of the fight, Brian Castano, the little guy, was pressing forward. When it should have... This is the difference from Jermell Charlo and Jermall Charlo. Jermall Charlo is always pressing forward. Jermell Charlo is always going backwards. Have you watched the brothers fight? Jermall is always going forward. Jermell is always on the back foot. He's always moving, lateral movement. You understand what I'm saying? He fights in spots sometimes. When he should, because he's always been the bigger man out of all the people he's been fighting. Maybe against Tony Harrison, they were about the same. But everybody he's been fighting, he's been the bigger man. So the fact that he keeps going backwards doesn't make sense to me. Why does Jermell Charlo always go backwards when he should be going forward? So I'm telling you right now, in the Canelo versus Jermell Charlo fight, Jermell Charlo is not going to win the fight going backwards because he's not going to knock out Canelo Alvarez. So if he wants to win the fight, he would have to change up his game plan and come forward. I can guarantee you guys that right now. To beat Canelo Alvarez, you got to do what Gennady Golovkin... You got to have like a Gennady Golovkin come forward style. Or you got to outbox Canelo Alvarez like a Floyd Mayweather. Or what's his name? Dimitri Bivol. Or Erislandy de Lara. Jermell Charlo is no Erislandy de Lara. He's no Dimitri Bivol. And he's no... What's his name? Wow, how the heck I forget Floyd Mayweather? He's no Floyd Mayweather. He's Jermell Charlo, who's just explosive, punches in spots, and has some good footworks. So he's going to be moving, turning, boxing, but it's not going to be enough to win the fight, bro. He's just going to be in there. It's going to look like he's in there trying to survive. I just hope the fight is real competitive and he's not really in there trying to survive. But that's what it's going to look like from the outside, like he's trying to survive. Because Canelo's going to come behind that high guard. Canelo's stepping to him. We already know Canelo's stepping to him. I know for a fact Canelo's going to step to this guy. But I want Jermell Charlo to push Canelo backwards. If he's not able to push Canelo backwards, Canelo's going to come behind that high guard, walking Jermell Charlo down. And you know what I've never seen a lot of boxers do? Touch Jermell Charlo's body. Canelo's going to send hard right hands to Jermell Charlo's body. He's going to punish Jermell Charlo to the body. And I can tell you right now, if there is a knockout, it may be a knockout to the body. because Jermell Charlo recently admitted he drinks. He may get stopped to the body. I could be wrong. I could be right. But Jermell Charlo did a recent interview and he admitted when Al Heyman calls him in the middle of the night, he be drunk. He began drunk. He said, every time Al Heyman call me at night, I be drunk. He might get stopped to the body. He's never faced a guy like Canelo Alvarez who can mix up his attack and go to the body, go to the head, from the body to the head. Who has Jermell Charlo ever faced that can mix up their attack like that with power on top of that? Nobody, really. So I think Jermell Charlo is in for a rude awakening. Canelo Alvarez is going to punish this guy's body. We'll see if Jermell Charlo's body can hold up to the punishment he's going to receive from Canelo Alvarez. I feel like Canelo's going to show excellent hand movement. He's going to stay right in the pocket using his great head movement. Canelo's not going to do a lot of moving in this fight. Jermell Charlo is going to be the one moving. And that's the crazy thing because he's telling everybody he's the bigger man. I think Canelo's going to come in there with something to prove. I think Jermell Charlo is going to come in there with something to prove. Jermell Charlo needs to win the first round. If he doesn't win the first round, if he lets Canelo win the first round, it's going to be a long night for Jermell Charlo. I'm going to know how the fight's going to go after the first round, if it's going to be competitive or one-sided. We need Jermell Charlo to win the first round. Because if he don't, he's in for a long night. He's in for a long night. And, you know, I'm not saying Canelo's the biggest knockout puncher in the world, but he's going to touch up on Charlo. He's going to touch him up. Charlo needs to win the first round. He needs to win the first round. Matter of fact, he needs to win like 3 to 4 rounds straight. Honestly, I believe he needs to get Canelo to fight from behind. Canelo has urgency to fight from behind. If Charlo can do that, then it'll be a competitive fight. But overall, I see Canelo walking Charlo down with a high guard, mixing it up, body shots, uppercuts, just chopping Charlo down, chopping down the tray. He might hit him on the shoulders a couple of times. Try to get that shoulder swollen. Like, that's Canelo cheat. I don't want to call him a cheater, but that's like his little cheat shot where he hits you on the shoulder and get your shoulder swollen. Like, your arm, well, your bicep, not shoulders, your bicep. He hits you on a bicep multiple times and get that bicep swollen so you don't really use that arm too much. And I think he could do that to Charlo in this fight, you know, and we'll see. We'll see what Charlo is really made of. We already know what Canelo is made of. Charlo's never been on a stage before where he fought another pound-for-pound talent. If anybody can name another pound-for-pound talent that Charlo has fought that I don't know about, please let me know in the comment section. Canelo's been on a stage before. He's been here before. Charlo's never been here before. He's never fought a pound-for-pound talent like that before. So we'll see what happens, man. But it's your boy, Easy Root. I'm out. Canelo, either by late round stoppage or UD.